Hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sarah. I like to talk about books here in my basement, and today we're going to talk about November books that are coming out, things that I have on NetGalley, pre-orders I have, things like that. A few reading plans. I am not going to give a hard TBR because I am just simply very bad at those. Instead, I wanted to look at some of the stuff that's coming out that I'll be getting in that you guys might be interested in, and some of the releases that I have from NetGalley. That way, if I don't get to them, you at least know of their existence. So, top of the list though, hold on. You must see my shirt. I am the parent of a toddler, in case anybody missed that. So, Bluey is a staple in our house. So, this is Muffin in the Cone of Shame. I love this. I got it today. And normally I don't like to wear clothes straight from the store, but this cracked me up so much I had to put it on. It's much bigger than I thought it was going to be, but it's very comfy, so it is now in my shirt rotation. So, November books. What's coming out in November? Top of the list, the things that I have pre-ordered this month. This is probably going to be the last month that I have quite a few pre-orders on my list. I pre-ordered mostly through the end of the year, way back at the beginning of the year, and then I'm cutting back on that because going into 2025, I'm going to be much more mindful about what I buy and when I buy it. So these are the first ones that I want to talk about. So this is stuff that is going to be coming in that I will hopefully read this month. We'll see what happens. The top is This Inevitable Ruin. This is book 7 of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. This is coming out in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. Fun fact, if you are interested in this series, since these are getting trad published, they're back here. I don't know if a contract has been signed for the next 3 books or the next however many books, but because you can't do pre-orders for KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, the Kindle Unlimited stuff, Matt Denneman has actually already put This Inevitable Ruin up for paperback purchase. So if you're interested, if you are reading the series, the paperback is available right now. The ebook and the audiobook still don't come out till the 11th, but the paperback is out right now. It's actually supposed to be coming to my house tomorrow. So that one will, be in my home shortly. The next one I have the Kindle version of Rise of the Strongest Girl. This is a lit RPG with a yandere twist. This is on the 21st of November. This was pitched on the Lit RPG subreddit by one of the co-authors, and I thought it sounded hilarious. A man and his wife wrote it, and it is about a young man, a healer. He's not particularly strong, but his next door neighbor is an incredibly strong berserker, and she's kind of like out of his league, but he helps her with stuff. He is a party healer. And something happens and they are tied together and she becomes very attached to him. It sounds very comedic, so I'm down to try it. The 8th volume of Oishi no Ko comes out this month on the 19th. Now, I don't know if this is the final volume, but it is one of the final volumes. The series is wrapping up. I need to find out for sure how many volumes are left. I think this is either the final or the second to last volume, but I will talk more about that once I have read them in an upcoming video. I have The Teller of Small Fortunes coming tomorrow. That comes out tomorrow on the 5th. This is a cozy fantasy. I don't remember a bunch of the plot. This is one that I actually requested on NetGalley and didn't get, and I was very sad about it. What I recall is there is someone traveling in a wagon, and it is pitched as very cozy. That's all I know. I am a cozy fantasy fan, so I am very excited for that. That's by Julie Leong, and I think I have read some short work or something by her before because that name sounds very familiar. And finally, of my pre-orders, I have The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. This is the 3rd but first book in the new Crowns of Nyaxia book. So from the way I understand it, this series is set up in like smaller series in the same world. So this one is somehow related to, this is one of the characters from the first duology. It is her romance with another character. So we'll see how that goes. That comes out on the 19th. I'm very excited for it. I am reading Ashes in the Star-Cursed King, so I will have that finished before The Songbird comes out, which is great. Other new releases that I do not have pre-ordered, but I am watching, I am interested to see how they review out is, first off, is Steel Lobsters by Mike Cole. It comes out also tomorrow. This is a nonfiction book about the last fully armored regiment in England. Now, Mike Cole used to be a fiction writer. He wrote I think, was it called the Black Ops sci-fi novels? I can't remember. They're behind me somewhere. And he has made the move into nonfiction. And his newest one looks really interesting. My husband's also kind of interested in it because he loves armor, knights, things of that era. I also have Revenant X, which is the second book in the Paradise 1 series, which is up there. So if you read Paradise 1, it's by David Wellington. It's a space horror book. The second book comes out this month. And Blood of Hercules by Jesmyn Moss is a romantasy, like a girl Hercules bent with some sort of a Minotaur labyrinth vibe, I have heard. We'll see. I'm going to keep my eye on it and see how it's received. That one's something I am interested in. Kind of. Not enough to buy out the gate, but I'll watch. So as to arcs that I have that come out in November, I have a few, not a lot. I say that, it's kind of a lot. The Road of Bones by Demi Winters. I was emailed about this one. This is a romantasy. It was indie published, and now it is being trad published. It is a not Roman, that's not the word, Norse Viking inspired romantasy. After the disappointment that was A Fadington Blood, I'm a little wary of this one, but I am probably going to pick it up soon because I think it is already out or it is coming out this week. I have What the Chicken Knows by Cy Montgomery. I don't know if, I highly doubt any of you were around when my booktube channel went through its first run, like, oh good God, like 7 years ago. None of those videos are still up or exist. But Cy Montgomery is a favorite nonfiction writer of mine, and I just haven't read any of her stuff in years. I used to talk about it on the channel, and this is one of her new books about chickens. I love chickens, so I said, yes, please. I have The Twice Sold Soul by Katie Hallahan. Again, another one that I was emailed about. And I've said this before, if I get emailed about something, I usually will try it just on principle. I'm always down to give it a shot. I believe this is another romantasy. I am not sure though. I have A Legend in Baking by Jamie Wesley, and this is a sports baking romance, contemporary romance. I have enjoyed the books like this that I have read, so this one I'm going to give it a try. I think this has fake dating in it as well, which is a trope I really enjoy. I have The Serviceberry by Robin Wall Kimmerer. I really like Robin Wall Kimmerer. I really enjoyed Braiding Sweetgrass. It was very impactful for me. I still reread sections of that book to this day. I think it was well researched and thoughtful and beautiful, so I'm very excited to get to The Serviceberry. I think it's a little shorter than Braiding Sweetgrass, so hopefully I will get to that very soon. The Last Hour Between Worlds by Melissa Caruso. To be honest with you, I don't remember anything about this one, but it's on my list, so I must have a copy of it. I think perhaps this is science fiction. Not sure. Book cover's up here. And as always, I link this stuff down below in the description box. The new Martha Wells reprint, The Wheel of the Infinite, comes out. Side note, the sequel to The Witch King was announced, The Demon Queen, and I am so excited about it. So if you didn't know, if you enjoyed The Witch King, keep an eye out for The Demon Queen. I have Feud by Mercedes Lackey. This is not technically a Valdemar novel, but it is one of this ongoing things she does where other authors write short stories set in Valdemar. She collects and edits them into collections, and they are released. So these are Valdemar stories, but not directly tied to her actual written novels. We'll have like characters show up and things, but it's other authors' interpretations of the world and characters. I've started this. I'm like 2 stories in, and I'm really liking it. Nothing has hit as hard as the one. Which one was it? Nothing has hit as hard as the last one I read, that last collection that I read. What was it called? I don't remember what it's called. I'll put the cover up here. I looked, but I just moved my books around and I don't know where I put it. I loved that last collection of short stories in Valdemar, so I am excited to get to this one as well. We'll see what happens. And finally, for November, I have Family of 3 Under the Tree by Tracy Douglas. This is a Harlequin romance. obviously. I will occasionally pick these up if they look interesting to me. Most of the time, they're fairly standard and I'm not interested in them, but this one caught my eye, so I'm going to give it a try. For the November TBR, some highlights that I have that I really want to get to. There's not a lot of new stuff on this, honestly, to tell you the truth. Let me see if I can put it here. I have the 4th Dungeon Crawler Carl on here. This may or may not get read. It depends. I am currently listening to the next Guild Hunters book, and then I have a library book to read, and then I'm going to listen to the 4th Carl as long as my husband has finished listening to it, because I don't like having to do the back and forth. He should actually be done with it. I think he's almost done with it. Besides that, I have a few other arcs. I have the 3rd in the Combat Codes series, Blacklight Born. That comes out, I do believe, in December. Yes, it does. I think it's in the beginning of December. I have that to read. I have some stuff that's already out, like A Dark and Drowning Tide, A Price of Redemption. I also just got an email today from Saga Press. Hold on, and I will tell you. They are sending me a couple of books. Let's see, what was it? I believe one of them was Last Dragon of the East. Yes, The Last Dragon of the East by Katrina Kwan. I'll be getting a physical copy of that, so you'll see that soon. As well as a copy of This Is How You Lose the Time War, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I plan on rereading this because Alma Elmotar's new book comes out in a few months, maybe? It's been announced. It's up. And I do want to read that, and I absolutely love this book, and I've wanted a copy of it for a while, so I plan to reread it, annotate it, and I'll talk about it again, because it's freaking fantastic. As my daughter would say, it's freaking great. So that is it for November plans, things that are coming. If I missed anything, please let me know down below. I did not check Don May releases. I meant to, but I just simply didn't get the time. I think most of the new stuff that's coming out in Don May that I'm interested in is coming out December and or into the next year, but I will try to have that pulled up next time. But that's it. Let me know down below, what are you excited about? What of the stuff did I mention do you want to hear about, or are you planning on reading? And as always, thanks for watching, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye.